It's that time of the year when watering becomes really important in the vegetable garden. Plants are starting to mature, the weather is warming up and drying up, and keeping plants well hydrated is important to their growth, development, and your future crops. When I can, I use rainwater to water the plants inside the greenhouse. I've got 2 water butts on either side of it, and it's an easy matter to dip a watering can inside and then take it into my plants. Already this year, my water butts have dried up once, and I have a feeling that we're heading into drier times. And so for these drier times and also for the patio, I use my Gardena Aqua Roll M hose trolley and the Comfort sprayer. Now I've had those for about a year and I'm really happy with how they've performed. It lives in a corner on the patio, so right next to the tap. And so it's super convenient for me to unwind a little bit of the hose and then water my container plants and also the plants that are growing in the corner bed. When I need to, I pull the hose up to the greenhouse as well. Plants inside dry out a lot quicker in this type of weather. And even if I have the oyas buried in the planter, they still need watering pretty much every day. I'm giving the tomatoes a chance, by the way. In last week's video, we covered everything as to what was happening with the tomatoes. Definitely check that out to find out a little bit more. But needless to say, I've removed a lot of the compost. I've replaced it with new stuff. I've also taken off a lot of the affected foliage. And now I'm just waiting and hoping for the best. And keeping them, as well as all of the other plants inside the greenhouse, well hydrated is going to be key. To help with watering the home garden and the allotment garden, Gardena sent me quite a few products to try out. And they include, first of all, the Liano hose. And this is a fabric hose. It's supposed to be kink-free. You can have it wound up around a reel, or you can just have it, I guess, in a bag, which is what I'm going to be doing when I take it to the allotment in a bit. And it looks like there's a sprayer that comes in the package as well. Speaking of sprayers, there's quite a few in here that I'm going to try today. So first of all, there's the EcoPulse, and there's another smaller sprayer in here as well. And this one's called the City Gardening Balcony Sprayer. And this could be quite handy in a smaller situation, a patio or obviously a balcony. There's the classic sprayer, which I've not used yet. And then the Comfort sprayer. And this is the one that I've been using for the past year here at the home garden and also at the previous house and the allotment. And I do like this one, which makes me really excited about this guy. So this is the premium sprayer. And it looks really snazzy with its metal finish. So I'm curious to see how all these sprayers work. Let's go to the allotment. I've been having a walk around my plot and having a look for things that might need watering, but I use mulch and that keeps the soil underneath really moist. So that is a top watering tip. On top of keeping things watered, you need to protect the soil to make sure that that water doesn't evaporate. So you can use compost. I use composted horse manure, and also the straw, such as that I'm using around my strawberries, also keeps the soil underneath really moist. But I wanted you to have a look at this. The strawberries are ready. Look at this. Aren't they lush? There's loads that need picking. And I was just thinking that I should do a future video of picking strawberries and then making them into jam. What do you think? First impressions of the Liano hose are really, really good. So I took it out of the packaging and just bundled it up here in my bag and brought it up, and it detangled really easily. The fabric that it's made out of is really nice and it feels good in your hand. And the fittings were already on, so it was ready to basically plug in and go. The sprayer that's on the end is quite basic, but it does the job. Just turn this on, and so it's really just kind of a on-off kind of scenario. And the pressure is dictated by the tap. So pretty decent sprayer for just being a freebie that comes along with a hose. These lovely, cheerful, and absolutely fragrant flowers are German chamomile. They kind of smell like apples. And this is actually the best time to be picking them, when they're all open like this. And you just pick the flower heads off, and you can use them fresh to make tea, or you can dry them for tea as well, or to use for beauty products. But we're not going to be picking just yet. We're going to be watering. Now, it's not the best time to be watering. You want to do that mainly in the mornings or the evenings so that it reduces evaporation, basically. But we're going to try out these sprayers and see how they do. And if I can turn this on one-handed, then it's a winner. Woo! Look at that. So let's just water the base. So this is the really basic sprayer. It has a really nice fine mist. The hose stretches 15 meters, which covers my entire allotment, my back garden, and probably yours as well. So I've got this basic sprayer on again, and all I'm gonna do is switch them to the different heads, and we're just gonna have a look at the difference and see which one we like the best. So this is the balcony sprayer. It's more of a gentle kind of strength, so plenty strong enough for container plants. You don't need anything that's going to be a really hard kind of stream of water. If you're just using this to water window boxes and flowers and pots and things like that. And it also has a lock as well, so it's a little bit different from the other heads, the other sprayers. You just click and leave it. I'm just gonna take a little step back when I'm trying out this one. This is a brand new nozzle from Gardena. It's called the EcoPulse, and it's supposed to be really strong. Let's have a go. So that's the spray. Woo! It's quite a strong stream. There's also another type of spray. And that one's kind of fun. It's kind of a zigzag. I wonder if you can see it. Kind of goes like a little snake through the air. It's quite fun. Now, this one would be really great for cleaning off the patio, the deck. Also, it's gentle enough. You can adjust the nozzle on the back for the pressure for you to gently water plants as well. And the really cool thing about this one is that it uses 40% less water than any of the other nozzles. So if you're conscious about saving water, and we all should be, this is a really great option for the home and the garden. So this one is actually the classic. And it has a number of different features on the front, so different sprays. You just turn the end. That has 3 streams that come out. Really gentle spray. The next one is the Comfort sprayer. It just has 2 sprays, or different types of sprays at the end. So it's a shower and kind of a hatched kind of spray as well. It has that lock on it, and it has that pressure control at the back. So this is one for watering the garden, for just standing and watering your plants. But that brings us to the last sprayer. This is the premium one. Woo! It's got 5 different settings on it. It feels a lot heavier in a way, but in a good way, that it feels, I think, a bit more solid. It looks good too. That leaking there is from the tap, not the hose, by the way. So I'm just going to turn that tap off. And also this stopper here. And the last thing to do, if you're going to leave your hose pipe connected to the tap, is to release the pressure. And I think a lot of people forget this step. So just make sure that there's no pressure of water in the hose. And then that way, there's not going to be any chance that the sprayer is going to come popping off because of any leftover water pressure. You know, I'm actually quite torn. I went into this trial of Gardena nozzles and this Liano hose thinking that my favorite combo would be the hose with the premium nozzle, which is lovely. But I'm actually leaning a bit more towards the EcoPulse now because of that water saving. 40%, that's nothing to scoff at. And we gardeners use a lot of water in the garden, and judging by this weather, it's going to be a scorcher. So being able to reduce water usage while still keeping our plants watered and our decks and patios clean is really important. We all have to think about the environment. So I think with that in mind, I'm definitely going to start using that a bit more often. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got any questions about any of the Gardena products that have been featured, leave them as a comment down below. And I'll see you next week for another video here on Lovely Greens. Bye for now.